What's up, everybody? Another episode of Fowler Behind the Wheel. As you can see, I've got myself, I got my entire body all covered up except for my hands. That's only because, I'm smoking a cigarette. But it is cold. It is very cold. I'm up here in Illinois. I'm up here at headquarters. I went and got that truck from Denver, the last recovery that I did. Took it to Kentucky, got that load. Went and dropped that load off the day of delivery, picked up another load the same day and delivered it the same day. And then I came to headquarters to turn that recovery truck in that night. I got in somewhere around maybe 10 or 11. So that was pretty good. They had me on the hustle. I liked it. But now I'm back in my truck. The one that they assigned me from orientation. I wanted to show y'all something. So out of orientation, you get this tablet, and that's what they run the e-log and everything off of. And you get this really good suction mount behind the e-log, and it holds it in place. This little suction mount. This is what that's where the last driver had put it. But I put mine down here because it puts it right here in my face, out of view, and all that good stuff. But I got this bar. I did have a phone mount that I had to buy because at USA Truck there wasn't really anywhere for me to put my bar. And I love this bar because I can put a bunch of stuff on it. So I couldn't really put that bar in any truck. It works really, really good in the Freightliner. So I haven't really been able to put it much anywhere else because there's either like on this, the actual place where I have it mounted, that usually has, a company's e-log on it or a hole in it or whatever. But this bar, you can get it at just about any truck stop. That's a magnetic phone mount. So I literally just set my phone, bam, and it holds it. It's real strong. I love it. And let me get this in. This is my tablet, and I use this to run weather radar, especially during the winter months. So when it's all set up, I got my e-log, my phone, and my tablet. And I use I found this new app. It's called, y'all don't need to see that. This app right here, it's called My Radar. Shows you the current weather, the weather throughout the next few days. It's got all these different layers that you can put on it, and it will follow you. If you check the box to follow you while you're driving, it'll follow you. So as it's set up, it runs just like that. And I love it. Works really, really good. Everything's right here. I have access to my air, my transmission gauge. I have access to my climate controls. I have access to the radio. I have access to the tires down here at the bottom. Nothing is blocked or out of view or anything like that. And when you're driving a truck, the weather can change on you like that. So that's why I like to run a live weather radar while I drive. My wife got me, I guess you could call it like a thermos or whatever. I guess like a water bottle. It keeps your hot stuff hot and cold stuff cold. So I guess it's like a thermos. But it pops up and bam, it's got a straw that goes all the way down it. I got coffee in it right now. My Keurig, I made a full cup of coffee in it and poured it in there, because I usually have to wait a while for my coffee to cool down, because it's so damn hot. But when I poured coffee in there, it I could have put 2 whole cups of coffee in there, so that was pretty cool to find out. But I wanted a detour of the truck, you know, whole driving situation. I got my CB set up. The shop did that for me. Bam. I got my mic sitting there. You know, everything's all set up the way I want it. I love it. Got my microwave set up. Got the fridge. I'm ready to get this fridge filled with some food. I'm ready to go shopping, grocery shopping. Ain't a whole lot in there right now. I got one Hot Pocket in the freezer section. But other than that, man, it's doing really good. Oh, doing really good. So this morning, I went to go get my first load, and it was pretty close by. Got up, went and did that. God, it took me like 3 hours just to get loaded. I was 30 minutes late, but that was just kind of like happenstance. I still had to go to the shop and turn in the receipt to the shop people for the truck that I recovered, and that truck still had some problems with it that the guy who dropped it off at the shop was having. So I had to go in and inform them, and I had to go get some fuel in the truck. So I had to get a bunch of stuff done this morning right after I woke up. So it's kind of like wake up and go, go, go. But I got to my place and got loaded after waiting forever. Finally got that done. This load's going down to Texas, so I'm pretty eager to get down there where it's warm. It's starting to get warm in here. But I'm gonna plug my phone in before it dies. But yeah, this load that I got is going down to Texas, but my truck was having another problem with it. Originally, I was having problems with the while it would idle during the opti-idle phase, the coolant sensor would shut off, would come on, and it was thinking that the coolant was getting low when it wasn't. The coolant's full. So after they fixed that, apparently now my air gauge has a bad sensor on it. As I was driving back here from getting loaded, it was just beep, 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 beep. If your air gauge for your brakes has ever gone low, you know what it sounds like. It was so annoying. But luckily, my route brought me back through here, and I called in, let them know what was going on, and got here. Been waiting a little while, but there's a little bit of a line in front of me, so I'm just patiently waiting my turn. I almost took a nap inside the driver's lounge area. I was sitting and waiting, and you know, it can wear you out. But yeah, I think I've been here like 2 or 3 weeks now, and you know, I've really done nothing but recoveries. You know, I've done some loads with the recovery truck to get back to headquarters, but I mean, everything's been running really, really smooth. I'm really liking my dispatcher. He seems to really be on the ball, and he calls me like every Monday or Tuesday, and he goes over payroll. And I've never had another company do that. Like, he wants to make sure that everything is accounted for his drivers before they get their paycheck. So I'm not going to complain about that at all. You know, what other company do you know of that that calls to make sure you're getting everything that you're owed? So I ain't mad about that at all. I like that. I really, really like that. And it's come in handy a few times, because these recoveries have been a bit confusing for both me and my dispatcher. You know, nothing major, just trying to keep up with everything. So we'll get together every week and go over everything like he does with the rest of his drivers, just to make sure that everything is accounted for so I get paid what I'm owed. And I really like that. That speaks volumes. I've never had another company do that. So that's just my quick little update right now. Hopefully I'll get moving here soon. I got 13 hours and 55 minutes to go until I get to my delivery. It's got to be there tomorrow before midnight, I think. One or the other. It's a dropping hook too, I like that. So I'm really in no big of a rush, because I can still get there without much of a problem. So at least I think. We'll see. If they got to reschedule the delay, then they just got to reschedule it. It's a dropping hook. I mean, it's nothing major. But it has been very, very windy today. They got 45-mile-an-hour wind gusts up here in Illinois. And it's been on and off snowing and snow flurries all day. And I did something today that I have yet to do in my trucking career, and that was fight with the wind trying to get my trailer doors to close. I ain't ever had to fight like I did today. It was ridiculous. My hat blew off my head with my headset on it. I was talking to a buddy of mine, so I had to go chase after that. The door seal fell out of my pocket, and I had to go back and get it and double check and make sure that was right, which it was. So it's kind of scary when you got to fight with a trailer door to get closed when there's some really big gusty winds blowing, because those things will knock you out if you ain't careful. So y'all just make sure you're being careful out there, because the weather that we've been having here lately is no joke. Here I was thinking my biggest worry was slipping and falling. My left ankle's bad, because back in high school I extremely tore the left ligament, and that was not fun. So now, what is it? 10 years later, out of high school, might have been 11 years since that happened. But ever since then, my left ankle's been a bit weaker. It's not as strong as my right ankle. So it's a weak spot. So every time I go out and I gotta walk on snow or ice, I'm just, it makes me feel uneasy. One time when I was in Colorado, I was driving for another company, and middle of winter, and I had to deliver, I think it was wood. I actually loaded up a dry van with wood. I had to deliver that, and I went to the back of the trailer to check on everything. As I was walking back to the tractor, I had a patch of ice and I hit it all kinds of wrong. I ended up having to sit for like 2 days till the swelling went down. It was bad. I felt slap on my back and everything. It was bad. So, y'all just make sure you're being careful out there. Weather's no joke. But yeah, other than that, I'm ready to get going. I'm just happy to be back in my truck. And when I get some food, I'm going to have a neat little surprise to show you. So y'all just stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe, like the video if you like it. Comment down below anything you'd like to say. I do get back to you. Man, that's good. But y'all just make sure you stay safe out there. You know, keep your eye on the weather. And don't do nothing stupid. But until next time, guys, we will see you later. What up, guys? What is it? It's late Wednesday night. It is 6 till 10 for me. I just got the truck out the shop. So, just to catch y'all up, I had to bring the truck back to get the air gauge for the brakes. Not the brakes, the air tanks. It was at 125 psi. It was at full capacity, and the buzzer was going off as if, you know, it was down in the danger zone. So I had to go get loaded, come back, and get them to fix it. It's supposed to be a quick fix, but then the shop noticed that there were some other problems with the truck, and he went ahead and fixed them, which I'm not even mad about. I would have rather them had found it here than me being somewhere on a load, getting late because something wrong had happened to the truck. So I gotta really commend GP Transco's shop. They are on the ball. Not only do they have a really nice shop, but their guys are on the ball. They're looking at everything. You come in with something, they fix it, but they look the truck over, make sure that everything else is good before they release the truck back out onto the road. Which makes sense, because if you can catch it in-house and fix it in-house, it's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper than, you know, trying to fix it and pay for it out on the road where it's going to cost, you know, a whole bunch of money. So I'm sensing that GP Transco recognizes that, and they're like, look it over. If something's wrong, fix it here. Which, you know, is smart business sense, you know. So I'm not even mad about it. You know, it took way longer than I wanted it to. But because, now when I was at USA and I had to go into a shop, which I did many times, their level of driver comfort was, they had a few chairs and some raggedy old tables strewn about and one TV sitting up high on the wall, and that was pretty much it. Some terminals were nicer than others, but they would have like restaurant style bench seating with, you know, a table. You know, nothing comfortable at all. GP Transco has really comfortable chairs all over the place to sit in. They got these 2 couches. You know, if you go back and look at my tour of GP Transco, you'll see what I mean. They got an Xbox One in there to play with. They got a big old TV. You can sit on a couch and watch TV. You know, if you got a Hulu, Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus, Discovery Plus, HBO, you know, whatever. If you got a streaming service, you can just sign into it on there and watch it. You know, nothing bad about that at all. You know, like I said, it took longer than I wanted it to, but I'm not mad about it. And at least they had somewhere comfortable for me to sit. So, I mean, I was so comfortable, I about fell asleep. But another good thing that I'm happy about, which I will show you. Now, when you're in orientation, they give you a sheet of paper. It's, what do you want in the truck, blah, blah, blah. You want a Freightliner, a Volvo, whatever. You can put a nickname on your truck. You're not going to get it straight out of orientation, but if you ever come back into the shop, more than likely they'll have it. Now, I've been here for like 3 weeks, so it's probably been here for a while, but I went up to the guy at the desk and asked him about it, and he looked through, and my nickname decal was in there, so they went ahead and put that on too. So that was pretty cool. I don't have to be here for X amount of time to, have my truck recognized as my truck. So, show y'all that. Now this I'm doing this for y'all because it's cold out here. Preacher, baby. That is my handle. Preacher. So I finally got my decal on. I'm out here looking crazy with my hair getting caught in the wind. Oh, I used to have Fabio like hair. Golden blonde, long. It was like down to my nose, back in my wilder days. But I'm going bald up here. I'm gonna go to Bosley one of these days. But I'm really happy to have my nickname assigned to my truck. Preacher goes way, 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 way back for me. When I was in elementary school, my sister is physically and mentally handicapped, and I used to get picked on a lot, but I used to drive a short bus home. It was the only bus that could pick me and my sister up at the same time and bring us to the same house at the same time. So I did have to ride the short bus home, but the bus driver on that bus, she was a sweet woman. I ain't seen her in forever. She actually stopped by our house one time many years later just to see us. And she used to always call me Preacher. Sweetest black woman you could ever meet. And that name's just always stuck with me. I don't publicly use it, but I don't even know why she called me Preacher. But she used to call me Preacher, and it always stuck with me. And a lot of people don't like to hear the truth today. Of course, a lot of truth is perspective. You have your own truth, but fact is fact. If I know something for a fact, I'll speak on it, but what I consider to be my truth, I'll preach that truth. I'm not what you would call a Bible thumper, although I do carry a Bible in my truck with me. I'm not the most religious person in the world, but that's between me and my Maker. I don't force nothing on nobody. I let everybody do what they want to and come to their own conclusion. But for some reason, that bus driver lady, she called me Preacher, and it always stuck with me, and I wanted that to be on my door. So it's a nice memory from a long, long time ago, and I think it's pretty suiting. But the truck is now fixed. We're good to go. I'm probably not going to make this load on time tomorrow. It's supposed to be delivered tomorrow, I think, before midnight in Texas, but I don't think it's going to make it there because of how long I've had to sit here. But like I said, I'm not mad about it. The truck's fixed more than what it was when it came in, so I'm happy about it. But I'm tired, so I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna go to bed. I might make me a snack. I ain't decided yet. I'm indecisive. But either way, guys, y'all have a safe night. Keep an eye on the weather out there, and we'll see you on the next one. Please like, subscribe, comment, do whatever. Hit the little bell thing. I'd really appreciate it. Y'all be safe out there, and we'll catch you on the next one, fellers.